everybody, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, and today we're going to continue to talk about how the American Express Gold Card reports to the credit bureau. So in my last video, I was telling you guys how in another one of my videos, someone was stating that for the American Express Gold Card, it does not report a credit limit because we all know that the American Express card does not have a credit limit. It does have a spending limit, and so we can see that it doesn't report that credit limit or spending limit. So on the one hand, that seems good. So when I was looking in my Chase portal, I could see that it was not reporting my credit limit or spending limit, but it still looked like it was reporting my usage. And so I was just like, whoa, like, do you think that with American Express reporting your usage, that can increase your utilization? Because let's say if you don't have a high credit limit on your other credit cards, that can really impact your utilization. So I had got a few comments and they were stating, well, I don't know. I don't think that the American Express Gold Card actually will impact your credit utilization. So let's take a look. So on the first comment, so this is from Simply Beautiful Lover, I believe. And she was stating, speaking for myself, I think that American Express reporting that way could be a positive. I noticed that when I spend whatever I want on the gold card and let that report, it doesn't affect my credit utilization. It can add to the amount of debt because my debt is low. It doesn't affect me at all. So I was just like, okay, that is interesting, because let's say for my total debt, so my total debt was low, and since I was reporting a 1% credit utilization, it seems like it all fits in there. Then we had Alfonso stating that it does not affect your utilization, only the total debt. So he was making more comments because, I always try to make sure that I respond to all of the comments. And so he was stating that he actually pulls his credit report from Experian. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pull it from Experian and we're going to take a look and see what it says. So that's what I did. So originally, when I had went into my Chase portal, and I believe even within the Chase portal, it is from the Experian credit report, but it'll have like a Vantage score, not your regular score. So right here, you can see that my total balances was $1,906, which did include the $815. So that's why, and then I was only at a 1% utilization. So I was just like, okay. So I went over to the Experian site, and on the Experian site, it states that for my total credit cards, I had a total balance of $2,574. So at first I was just like, well, especially when it's actually reporting to the credit bureau, it can be different because on the Chase portal, it had a little bit less. So I was just like, okay, this is saying that it's reporting $2,547 and I have a 1% credit utilization. But right here is stating that the credit used was $1,732, which is less $815, which is what was reported on my American Express Gold Card. So that actually does mean for the credit utilization, the American Express Gold Card does not report in the credit utilization. So on the one hand, that is good. And so I was just like, wow, her comment was very interesting, since it was saying, with the total debt. And since my total debt is low as well, my utilization is only 1%. So I was telling her in the comments, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to run a test, and I'm only going to for my American Express Gold Card, I'm only going to let that report, and it'll probably be for the month of December, because for the month of November, I still already have a few things, I believe, that is reporting. But I know for sure when I put my Experian credit report, it was still reporting some things for November. So I'll have to see. But I went ahead and paid all of my credit cards off for the month of November. So I'm hoping that nothing reports. So either I'll come back later this month in November or it'll be in December, because I'm going to make sure that I don't report anything except for on my American Express Gold card. And then we're going to take a look and see what it says. So we're going to take a look from my Chase portal, but then also we're going to take a look from the Experian. And I really love the Experian site because I really like how it breaks it down here, because right here is the total debt, but then it says the credit actually used. And so that breaks it down a little bit more compared to the Experian, because, well, compared to my Chase portal, because on the Chase portal, it just has the total balance. And so that's what made it appear that it was all in the credit utilization. So we're going to have to take a look. Now, the only thing is that we'll have to see, especially since I'm not going to report on any of my other credit cards, is that going to take me down to a zero utilization? And how is that going to impact my credit score? I mean, going from 1 to 0, I guess that's not bad. But somebody had put in the comments as well, especially when you are reporting low utilization, how can you increase your credit score? And so I'm definitely going to look into that a little bit more, because for myself, I still feel like if you use a credit card utilization hack where, let's say, if you can report, let's say 2% or a little bit higher, but not pay any interest on it, let's say on 1 or 2 credit cards, then that has helped me to be able to increase my credit score. And so I'm going to look into that a little bit more. But most definitely, since I'm going to be using this test to where I'm not going to be reporting on any of my credit cards except for on my American Express, but I'm not paying any interest even with me doing this, because even with my other credit cards, although let's say I had reported, $850 for that credit card and $294 on that credit card and $531 on that credit card, I didn't pay interest on any of those credit cards. But the only thing is, especially let's say with your American Express Gold card, so I'm gonna leave all the charges, because sometimes what I'll do, I'll pay my American Express card maybe like 2 times a month, because my daily drivers are my American Express Gold card and my Navy Federal Flagship. And so I'm really putting way more charges on my American Express Gold card. So I'll usually pay that 2 times a month. And then I'll just pay it off, right after it reports. But I'm gonna see about, just letting it report a larger balance and not reporting on any other credit cards. So I'll keep you guys posted on what I find out. But, I do want to give a shout out to Simply Beautiful and Alfonso for letting me know, especially Alfonso for stating that it doesn't affect your total utilization, only your total debt. So that's good. But I guess overall, as long as we're not paying any interest on the credit card, that's what matters. So you can report to the credit bureau without paying any interest. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? And I definitely hope that you think that this is helpful, but you definitely have to go to the Experian site, because y'all, I really like the Experian site because it does have a lot of information on there. Y'all, I really like the score ingredients because it breaks down each component of the credit score, and you can see for my new credit. So that is my inquiries, y'all. I think I'm at like 4 inquiries. So that's why it's only saying good. But then also for my payment history, it's only showing good. But I do have, I want to say like 4 late payments on there. But I really love Experian. And y'all, when I had went in and I checked my credit score, y'all, look, my credit score done went up 764. So that's really good, because the last time I checked my credit score was a 752. So it has increased a couple points since April. So that is really good. I'm really happy about that. I'm still trying to get up to an 800. So we're just gonna have to run these tests and everything so I can get up there. But let me know, what do you guys think of this information, and just give a huge shout out to everybody that left comments on that video. But I thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and turn your notification bell on so you'll be notified when new content drops. And I thank you so much for watching. Until next time. It's not a game.